4 U.S. minesweepers have arrived in the Persian Gulf, a vital shipping route for the global economy. This after an Iranian military chief said the Islamic State might try to block the Strait of Hormuz to defend its interests. To discuss the situation, I'm joined by Ali Rizk, an expert on Middle Eastern affairs. So this isn't the first time Iran has threatened to shut off the strait, but despite the fact that it would hit Tehran's own oil industry, do you think we'll really see Iran going ahead with this idea, or is this just saber rattling?
No, I'm not sure that Iran will go ahead with this idea if things remain as they are right now. However, if we see some sanctions increased or tighter or harsher sanctions, then yes, Iran might resort to other tricks that might have up its sleeve, other weapons it might have up its sleeve, including taking some measures in the Strait of Hormuz. But I think that you can also look at this from another angle. President Obama has been accused a lot by both the Israelis and by Republicans of being too soft on Iran, and recently a number of senators even sent a letter to Obama urging him to make the military option appear more credible. So it's interesting now that this step, sending these minesweepers, comes after these voices have come out, the hawkish voices from the US and also from Israel, calling for this harsher stance. So is this maybe an attempt by Obama to make the military option appear more credible? So we cannot, I think, isolate, just say that it's related to Iran and Iranian statements. It might also be related to some internal factors inside the US, and also related to genuine American fears that Israel might go ahead and launch unilateral strikes. So I think by taking this step as well, the American administration might be trying to satisfy Israel and keep Israel reassured that it's taking up this situation, it's in control, and it won't allow Iran to go too far. And in addition to the fact that it is also presenting a credible military option in case things don't go too well.
Now, Britain's foreign minister said today the European Union will step up sanctions against Iran if there's no progress in nuclear negotiations. And that comes just days after talks in Moscow failed to reach any kind of breakthrough. How would you assess the chance of a diplomatic solution?
Well, I've said from the beginning that a diplomatic solution is extremely far-fetched from now until the American presidential election scheduled for November. I think there is absolutely no chance whatsoever. We saw what happened in the Moscow talks. We saw what happened in the Baghdad talks. And we also saw the Israeli shadow, if I could say, during the Moscow talks. You know, Shimon Peres, the Israeli president, visiting at the very same time in order to try and overshadow these talks to some extent, to cast an Israeli stamp, if we could say. So no, I don't think there will be too much. I don't think there will be too much progress made towards a diplomatic solution. But very quickly, if I can, I think there is some bad news for Israel in what we heard just now at the beginning of your bulletin about the Russian President Vladimir Putin visiting Israel. I think this shows that there is a new player in town, Russia, not only the US. The US is retreating, and with Russia, the bad news for Israel, Russia doesn't see the relationship with Israel as being so special. It's more even-handed in its approach, and I think that in the future would put more constraints on Israel and would be very bad news for Israel. And I think in this way, maybe after the elections, Russia could play a bigger role in trying to solve many crises in the region, including the Iranian nuclear standoff.
All right, Ali Rizk, an expert in Middle East affairs, thanks for your insight.